Hello one more time, and happy Easter to everybody. As you know, we here on the Curtis Zone, we love it when you talk to us, when you make requests, and somebody has made a request that I do yet another video related to X-Men 97. They asked that I do a How Powerful Would Someone Be episode on Magneto. So today, we are doing it, and I ask that you hit that like and subscribe button, because there's only going to be one video this week, but we're going to have more coming very soon. As always, before we get started, news anyone? Here's some news from the upcoming MCU. It has been reported that Iron Fist will be making his re-debut to the MCU in a new Disney Plus series called The Eyes of Wakanda. I can neither confirm nor deny that will focus on Okoye and the rest of the Wakandans, but it's looking like it's going to be a whole lot of fun due to the fact that they're going to be reintroducing T'Challa's Black Panther back into the Marvel Universe with a new cast. So I'm waiting with everyone else, and we cannot wait to see it. Some news from the world of Warner Brothers. It has been reported that the upcoming Teen Titans film will break a tradition that has been a part of Batman films and all DC films around the world that have ever been made. So we can't wait for that. I cannot spoil you what that tradition is, mostly because it's none of my business. So we are going to wait nonetheless, and I can't wait to see it. So the final piece of news is the upcoming Boondock Saints movie, which is a reboot because the McManus brothers are back, everyone. I loved the first two Boondock Saints movies. I hope that you guys love them as much as I did because they were amazing. They were very fun, and I gotta say, I laughed so hard that I once squirted soda out of my nose because I was laughing so hard. I can't wait, you can't wait, but let's wait. Now let's get started with this episode. We've asked ourselves, how powerful would Magneto be if he had Black Lightning's powers, Hawkman's weapons, and a Green Lantern ring? For those of you who do not know how these How Powerful Would Someone Be episodes work, I, your humble and handsome host, give you a quick origin on the character. Then I tell you how powerful they currently are. Then I give you stats of all the devices that they're going to use. And then you, the viewer, leave in the comment section down below how powerful you think Magneto would be if he had all this stuff combined to his own power. Let's get started with this episode. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's start with a quick little origin on Magneto. Origin is a little shaky, but I'm going to do my best. Eric Lenscher was once a kid living in the Holocaust during World War II. He was born to a Jewish couple in Germany. However, when his mother was taken from him, his latent magnetic abilities rose themselves above the ground, and so he became known as Magneto. He would train how to use his latent magnetic abilities with Charles Xavier when he was 17 years old. Eric Lenscher would then gain a loyal following known as the Brotherhood because he knew that humans and mutants could not coexist ever since World War II. As far as his powers go, Magneto is known as the Master of Magnetism, meaning that he can create magnetic fields and control anything that is made of metal. He can control metal at a submolecular level, meaning that he can control the iron, zinc, and copper that is in your body. Magneto once used that ability on a person that he was guarding him in prison, and that person died. Magneto is considered to be an Omega level mutant, which means that he is very dangerous and highly unstable as well. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about how powerful Magneto currently is. First of all, feats of strength. The first thing you need to know about Magneto is that he doesn't have any physical super strength, but he does have strength of mind. As the Master of Magnetism, he needs to have amazing strength of mind due to the fact that his magnetic powers go to a mental level and emotional level as well. So he needs to be prepared for anything. There was one occasion when Magneto lifted Asteroid M out of the ocean like it was nothing. And that was pretty amazing due to the fact that that Asteroid M, it is pretty freaking huge, my friends. Now let's move on to animation settings. My first feat of power in the animation setting would have to be my all-time favorite when Magneto once flew himself over to Apocalypse in X-Men Evolution. He flew himself over to Apocalypse to fight him, while at the same time, he brought down two orbiting satellites that were above the earth, and he brought them down to attack Apocalypse like they were freaking meteors. It was freaking awesome to see that. The final thing is from the live action setting. Everyone who's has seen Ian McKellen's Magneto. And I have to say my all-time favorite Ian McKellen Magneto moment is when he lifted the Brooklyn Bridge. It is everyone's favorite moment. He lifted the Golden Gate Bridge and brought it over to Alcatraz Island like it was nothing. It was so awesome to see that, my friends. Now that we talked about Magneto, let's talk about Black Lightning's powers. If he had Black Lightning's powers, Magneto would be pretty freaking awesome. This is due to the fact that Black Lightning has the ability of electrokinesis. He can control, generate, and manipulate electricity at a submolecular scale. He can manipulate electricity in a person's body, making them feel anything that he wants to feel. He can also transport through power lines and electrical currents. Also, he can shoot lightning bolts out of his hand like Zeus. And the more he uses his power, the stronger it gets. Whereas with other electrokinesis people, the more they use their power, the weaker that it gets. He once fried a superhuman that had the powers of Wonder Woman in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. I like that. That was actually my favorite, because after I saw it, I was like, wow, he's barbecued. The second thing that he did was in the Black Lightning series, when he was able to use his electrokinetic powers to fry someone from the inside out. He basically fried the metal in their body, and manipulated it for his own gain. It was awesome. It was incredible. I recommend that everybody watch the Black Lightning live action series that was on CW. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's talk about Hawkman's weapons. Hawkman has medieval melee weapons such as maces, axes, spears, the whole 9 yards that you would see with an Egyptian warrior. The difference between those weapons and every other weapon is that they're made from a special alloy known as nth metal. Now, nth metal, like vibranium, is very rare to find in the DC universe, but once you do, you can achieve something that is known as anti-gravity. Because once nth metal is energized, it has the ability of anti-gravity. Hawkman used it in his boots and in his wings, and it gave him the ability to fly at light speed. Everyone has seen the Black Lightning movie. For those of you who haven't, Aldous Hodge, who played Hawkman, was able to equally match his speed with that of Black Adam. It was fun, it was cool, and also, every weapon that Hawkman uses, he uses it with deadly accuracy. So imagine these weapons in the hands of Magneto and tell me how powerful you think he would be. And last but not least, let's talk about how powerful he'd be if he had a Green Lantern ring. Now, the Green Lanterns utilize their rings which amplify the power of will. Now, will is only as strong as its bearer. Now, if you were to give Magneto this ring, he would be unstoppable due to the fact that it has the ability to turn thought into reality with using nothing but will energy, green energy. These Green Lantern rings can create constructs and allow someone to fly in space, do a whole lot of cool stuff. These rings were once used by Hal Jordan when he was known as Parallax to rip a hole in the fabric of the space-time continuum in the comic book known as 0 Hour. I loved it, you'll love it. So imagine this power in the hands of Magneto and tell me how powerful you think he would be. Now remember, he cannot be a Green Lantern without knowing the oath, so let's say it together. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the Curtis Zone. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. And always remember to hit that comment section down below to tell me how powerful you think Magneto would be if he had all this stuff combined to his current power. Also, get in the comment section down below and make anything. You can ask questions, make comments, make requests, because we love it when you do that. Somebody asked me if I do an episode on Bronze Tiger versus Kraven the Hunter. So yes, I'm going to do that next week. I will see you all soon, and remember to give it up for our sponsors, Coastal Waste and Recycling, because your garbage powers someone's world. I love you all, and I will see you soon.